And I'm Akira.
And you're watching
Dontaesboxingnation.
That was good.
Dontaesboxingnation, what's going on, guys? So I don't remember what video it was I did, but they left this comment on one of my videos. And I saved the question. I told the person, I said, I might make a video on your question. He said, what's dangerous about Dev? So I was just curious what he would say. So I asked him, what flaws do you see in Devin Haney? The guy, he never responded to my question. This just further proves a lot of fans will say things that they don't even personally believe just based off of their personal feelings. Gervonta Tank Davis himself wouldn't even agree with this guy's assessment when it comes to Devin Haney. We know that because Gervonta has said it himself that he did not believe a fight against a Devin Haney would be easy. And we know Floyd Mayweather, he sees Devin Haney as extremely dangerous for Gervonta Tank Davis. However, even Gervonta's own trainer said in order to find out who's the best out of the three kings, they have to fight against each other. But I got a little off the point I was about to make. I was once again connecting what this fan said in the comment section and comparing it to what the actual fighter Gervonta Tank Davis said about how difficult or easy a fight against a Devin Haney would be. In this clip, Gervonta Tank Davis, he's explaining how he would do in the ring with a fighter that just throws pity-pat punches, basically has no power, and goes 12 rounds. He's obviously talking about a Devin Haney or even Shakur Stevenson type of opponent.
The whole package ain't just pity packing and things like that. That's not gonna get you over that hump.
What's it gonna look like when you're up against a style like that? Guys that are very good at that. How do you think that's gonna look when you go up against that style?
I don't know. First of all, somebody like that, I think that they can't like keep me off of them, you know. So it's gonna be like, I won't say easy night, but it's gonna be going that route.
You know, guys, it is seldomly the fighter that has all the power in the world that everyone is avoiding or everyone respects the most. If you guys recall, when it comes to Vasyl Lomachenko always wanted to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. And we all know that Gervonta is the one with the power. And that's who Lomachenko always wanted to fight. But as soon as Devin Haney became Lomachenko's mandatory, surprisingly, Lomachenko surrendered his WBC belt. He vacated his title to avoid his mandatory, just to be forced into fighting him almost 3 years later and losing to him. Ryan Garcia is another one. Ryan Garcia was Devin Haney's mandatory. Ryan Garcia, he vacated his mandatory spot. Now, it's crazy because you usually hear about champions vacating their belt. Well, Ryan Garcia, he vacated the #1 mandatory position to avoid having to fight against the champion Devin Haney, which makes this image you guys are looking at right now look even more ironic because Ryan Garcia is wearing some type of WBC interim belt. But yet, once again, he gave up his #1 mandatory WBC spot. And the excuse can't be because he fought Gervonta Tank Davis, because he was in position to fight Devin Haney way before he was in position to get the Gervonta Tank Davis fight. And if he would have beat Devin Haney, that would have gave him way more leverage going into a Gervonta Tank Davis fight. But Ryan Garcia, he did say on numerous occasions that he believed Devin Haney would be his toughest challenge out of a Gervonta, a Teofimo Lopez, or anyone else in the division. And he explained why he would be a tougher fight. Obviously, it wasn't because of Devin Haney's power. And this is what he's saying about that now.
You always said Devin Haney is going to be your most difficult challenge. Why do you think Tank is going to be easier than Devin?
It's just how I feel, you know. Me and Devin have had a long history in the sport. You know, we've been fighting since the amateurs, and if you watch his fights, of course it's going to be a more difficult fight. He has a longer jab, he's harder to hit, I believe, and you know, he got a good support system, and he has great discipline. So I think he'll be the toughest fight, but I do believe I will still defeat him.
You will seldomly hear boxers say the same type of things that you hear fans on the internet say. But even when you do hear some boxers repeat some of these fans' talking points, you also start to hear a lot more truth come out. Davis is a perfect example because once again, he will also say, Devin doesn't have power. Rolly Romero has way more power than Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia has way more power than Devin Haney. But yet Gervonta does not believe it will be an easy fight, and he definitely believes Devin Haney would be a far more difficult fight than a Ryan Garcia, a Teofimo Lopez, or a Rolly Romero fight. Gervonta doesn't like to mention Devin Haney's name whenever he does interviews, but he loves to take personal shots at Devin Haney all the time on the internet. By way of contrast, way before Gervonta got the Ryan Garcia fight, he would always be talking about beating Ryan Garcia. For some reason, he never says that when it comes to Devin Haney. But Gervonta has acknowledged that he has to fight Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney before he retires. And I don't think that means years from now. That would have to be within the next year, maybe towards the end of 2024. Right now, Gervonta is the face of boxing, but the longer Gervonta delays this fight, the bigger the star Devin Haney becomes. Devin Haney is filling arenas right now, and he's about to fill another arena when he fights against Regis Prograis in Oakland. And it's getting to the point now to where the only questions people are going to be asking Gervonta Tank Davis is, when are you fighting against Devin Haney? I think because of Shakur Stevenson's last performance, more people are going to be asking Davis about the Devin Haney fight rather than the Shakur Stevenson fight. But either one of those fights are still going to be super fights if they're matched against each other. And then when you look at the fact that when Gervonta moved up to 140, he fought Mario Barrios, and now Devin Haney is moving up to 140, and he's fighting against Regis Prograis. I think we can all agree those would have been huge wins on Gervonta Tank Davis's record if he would have got a win over Lomachenko and Regis Prograis. But Gervonta did bag the Ryan Garcia win. And I've always said it made more sense for Gervonta to get the Ryan Garcia win before he ends up fighting one of the three kings. You know, when you just put all this together and when you really, really think about it, it's just so crazy to think that like 4 or 5 years ago, that same Lomachenko that was aggressively chasing Gervonta Tank Davis is the exact same Lomachenko that a 20-year-old Devin Haney was chasing as well. And that 20-year-old Devin Haney, the fighter that doesn't have Gervonta Tank Davis's power, was the fighter that got Lomachenko to vacate his belt. You guys remember the interview where Floyd Mayweather, he was saying like 4 years ago, there's no rush. There's no reason to put Gervonta in there with a Lomachenko.
That huge fight, they think it'll be Lomachenko. Do you think that will be the huge fight for you?
It's time for us to move and talk right here. Like I said before, we're not going to call no particular fighter out, and it's not like we ducking or dodging anyone. Lomachenko has to fight as many fights as possible extremely quick because he's very, very old. Tank is probably 10 years or 11 years younger than Lomachenko. Lomachenko will be 40 before you know it. There's no rush, Tank. Your job is to continue to go out there and do what you're doing. You making the same money Lomachenko is making, and you're doing it easier. Lomachenko just fought, and Lomachenko is a hell of a fighter, and I like Lomachenko.
How is it possible that a 20-year-old Devin Haney and his entire team was confident that he could beat a Lomachenko, so much to where Lomachenko damn near believed he could beat him and surrendered his belt? What's so crazy is even to this day, Lomachenko would still be a big fight for Gervonta Tank Davis, especially considering how good he looked in his losing effort against Devin. It's not too late for Gervonta to fight Lomachenko, especially if he could become the very first person to knock him out, which would be a massive statement, especially considering once again how good Lomachenko looked in the Devin Haney fight. Gervonta's trainer, Calvin Ford, he said that Gervonta's next fight will be a tune-up. If it is going to be a tune-up, who is the tune-up going to be for? Is it going to be a tune-up for a super fight against Devin or someone else? I guess we'll see soon. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Decay Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to lodecay.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.